Good morning, Father Perry, Mr. McCurry, staff, friends and family. We are gathered here today to congratulate and honor the class of 2017 for reaching this moment. We have worked hard and achieved our goals in accomplishing great things. Here at St. Bernard, we have received a great education thanks to our fine administration headed by Mr. McCurry and all the teachers. We were taught to become active individuals, faithful disciples, and empowered students, which has prepared us to move on and take on whatever obstacles we will face in our lives. Some of us have been here all 9 years, whereas others have joined us along the way, always supporting each other through all the good and bad times. I started my education here at St. Bernard, across the street, with 10 of my classmates. We laughed, we cried, and we took naps as Mrs. Laxton would read us stories on the carpet. I left for a few years, but knew in my heart that I would return home one day. I have been here since the 5th grade and never looked back. The 6th grade was a turning point for the class of 2017. Teachers were coming and going until Miss Montiel showed up at our classroom door to change our lives. We were nervous to have a new teacher once again, but we relied on each other to get us through it. In a way, Miss Montiel was like our piece of glue that brought us closer to one another. We built strong relationships and became a family, which became evident when we would sometimes call her mom by mistake. Miss Montiel, I would like to thank you for always taking the time and effort to make sure that we are reaching our full potential, even if some of us would give attitude. You would always ask what's wrong and cheer us up. Your lectures had a purpose behind it, even though sometimes it would take up all class time. This year, we have learned so much from so many people. For example, Mr. Barker, telling us that getting the right answer isn't everything. It's how you get there, which was his way of saying 1,000 times, please show your work. Right, Mr. Barker? Ms. Rivera added to our new dynamic team and made social studies actually interesting. Most importantly, we learned a lot about each other, to the point where we could tell when someone was having a bad day. That's when Caroline would come in and give you a big hug. Or Scully would break down her silly face from across the class just to make you smile. Even if we saw the famous chicken that Jessie would make during class, it would be our little inside joke to know that everything was going to be all right. At the end of the day, we knew we were there for each other and supported one another always. Whether it was at PE, I see you, Jordan and Ashton, for always balling it up like you were ready in the NBA, or even at our concerts and our art showcases. We were a family. Mr. Islas would crack jokes all the time and give us the reality check on how our lives are going to change from this point on. We mentioned our fears for the future in our last class, such as peer pressure, not getting judged, and choosing our friends wisely. But this is something every single person has to go through in order to reach their next stepping point. Keeping this in mind, it is okay to be afraid of what is to come, but never let that stop you from reaching your full potential. Just like every single person supported you here, we will be supporting each other for the rest of our lives, even if we are not together. There will be hugs and tears, but never forget the memories we have made. As Lilo said, Ohana means family, and family is never left behind. Well, ending with the top of family, I must acknowledge the most important people here. I'd like to take a moment on behalf of my fellow graduates and I to thank the people that have brought us here, our parents. Mom and Dad, I'd like to thank you for inspiring me and believing that there are big things ahead. And to always keep striving to do good things. Your support and words of knowledge have been a tool I've used throughout my junior high years and will continue to use throughout my life. Thank you for building that foundation that will help us build our futures. Congratulations, class of 2017. We now have the tools to conquer our dreams, so now it's time to reach the stars. Thank you.